Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this is another update on my 10mm Wargames Atlantic Samurai. So I have now managed to finish painting 2 sprues of Ashigaru and 2 sprues of Samurai. And this is the force as is. So I'm not getting as much time as I'd like to paint, hence they're not based. Hopefully by next week I'll get them based. What having 2 sprues has done, if you see my last video, I talked about how the models ranked up and stuff. So having 2 sprues fully painted, I've been able to just change up some of the basing so they're kind of ranked up better. So for example, with the muskets there, arquebusiers, kind of matching them up so they're all at angle or kind of standing with them on the shoulders. So as you see, quite a bit of stuff starting to accumulate, and I've gone for that red for the Ashigaru and sort of primarily red but with a bit of yellow and green accented for the samurai themselves, and their opposing forces will be different sets of colour. What I'll probably do with the Ashigaru is I'm going to be doing at least 3 bases. So units will be 3 bases. I'll talk about rules in a wee bit. So plan around 3 bases. So as you see here, I've got 2 lots of 3 bases of spearmen, 2 bases of naginata, base of bowmen, and 4 bases of handguns. So what I'll probably do is another sprue in red, so give me another unit of spears, round out those guys, add to the handguns, and then I'll do a small contingent of yellow, primarily yellow Ashigaru, and that'll dovetail nicely with the samurai. So what I'll primarily have then, and I'll do a small force of green based Ashigaru. So what we'll have then is kind of this clan's alliance, whatever clan that is, probably invent my own maybe's, who knows. And it'll tie together nice with the samurai. Then I'll pick some different primary colours, definitely blue, maybe an orange, for my opposing force. Now I think these are starting to look rather nice coming together. They'll look even better once I've got around to basing them. And then talking about rules, so a few things I'm going to be doing is, first up is building a force around War Master Nippon Army List. So that will require units with 3 bases. So that's a nice handy way to start arranging my force. The other one will be, I've got it over to one side, is the Peter Pig Battles in the Age of War. Now how Peter Pig arranges their forces is you have several unit types. For example, Armoured Ashigaru, Levy Ashigaru, Samurai Ronin, Artillery, Bodyguard. And that is further subdivided by their equipment. So mounted foot, arquebus, bow, spear, artillery. And as long as your units can be mixed up with the weapons, so for example, I could have bowmen as well as spearmen in a unit, but the unit all has to be the same quality, so either samurai, armoured levy, etc. So that looks to be quite a nice set of rules. Got to look into where to stop for building those armies. But yeah, that's also, I think, going to be the set of rules I really like. As I said before, I really like Peter Pig's rules. I like the fact that every time you play a game, you've got the sort of pre-battle scenario generator to set up a scenario. Like you might have political points. Let's see what they've got for the samurai specifics. You know what? If I was a professional YouTuber, I'd have had all this information in hand before I decided to go looking for it. Pre-game activities, 53. So to get a real samurai feel, you have family, treachery, scouting and spies, weather, battle preparation, ninja, strong leadership, sieges, and there's also attacker and defender. What you're doing is putting a number of dice out of a pool in each one of those. You'll roll a dice, 5s or 6s is a success. So if I get 5 successes in a section and you get 4 successes in a section, I've won that by 1, so I get the level 1 benefit. So if it was family, for example, 1 success, my wife's sister Orangu has sent word of the red banner. Add 3 koku, 3d6 to scouting and spies event on the third one. Then if I'd had 1 success in scouting and spies, this miserable farmer says he has information. Roll 1d6, the player can elect not to carry out this dice roll. On a 1 or 2, move my own maku exactly d6 inches to the left or right to avoid a planned ambush. 3, 4, 5, 6, divide 5 koku from the enemy's ninja event. Koku's a d6. So there we have it. Quite looking forward to that. And a bit of a close-up on the figures. I think for my future stands, I'm going to be putting fewer of the dead samurai on the bases as well. Maybe just use those more as markers. But it's quite nice to have that variety of having like 1 or 2 single figures, groups of 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 figures. Get a bit of variety in your strips. So yeah, next time, probably it'll be a couple of weeks before I do another samurai update. I've got a couple of other projects on the go I'm going to have to spend a bit of time kind of working on, including a Vietnam set of rules I'm writing. But I'll chat about that probably in next week's videos. So thanks for watching. If you're doing some Wargames Atlantic Samurai, let us know how you're getting on. Can't wait to see what's going to be on the command sprue. And I'll chat to you later. Goodbye.